Hello, this is my 2021 Yamaha Tracer 9 GT, and so I made a video a few weeks ago going through the install of this Levin's race exhaust, and as well I got it flashed by vcyclenut to take advantage of the exhaust. This one doesn't have the catalytic converter, so let's just see how it sounds on startup, and I'll give you impressions as I ride. So right off the bat, it's a little deeper than the stock exhaust. So what you're getting with this is basically a change in exhaust mode, right? It's so you're not going to go full Harley on this, and that was my intent. I don't want something that's going to drone and just be painful. So let's go for a ride and see how the thing sounds at speed, and at the same time I'll give you impressions of the flash that I got done. Okay, let's go down this road here. So let's go for the sound first. Hopefully it's coming through. Definitely a more, you can hear it more, and it's more, it's still a high pitch, but it's not as much as a sewing machine high pitch, if you know what I mean. This is third, about 5,000 RPMs. Fifth and sixth. So what you'll find as compared to the stock exhaust is in sixth gear, you can just hear it a little more. I wouldn't call it quite a drone, but there's definitely a background hum that you get with it. Let's try to go in higher RPMs before you get a taste of what it is. Let me get around this curve, go back in second, and that was a taste of going second to the rev limiter. So now you can see what you get. Definitely a little more just motorcycle-ish. Now let's talk about the flash itself. So the flash, if you just do the flash with the exhaust, I think it may net you about 5 horsepower. And what you get for that is just better throttle response and just a little more through the range. So I did mine on vcyclenut. I'm in the US, so they're based in the US, and they post all the graphs, all the dynos, everything like this. So it might be about 5 horsepower, but it's the response. So when you first go in first gear, I found before, especially in second gear, that there'd be almost like a mid-range dead spot. So here, that's gone. That little spot in second where I felt like it's almost a turbo, there was a little lag, and then it really caught up, like the boost came on. Of course there's no turbo on this bike, but so it kind of fixed that little dead spot I found sometimes in second. Like you'd get, you get the throttle all in, and then it'd be like a little hesitation, and then it would go. Now it's all linear, so it's a very linear tune, I find. And I think what vcyclenut, what this gentleman does, he buys a bike. Now it may not have been the Tracer GT, but it might be the MT-09, and basically, he takes his time tuning it, going on rides, and so that appealed to me. Of course, any other tuner, there's quite a few out there, they'll all take advantage of what you have, but he has a specific tune for the Leo Vince and this bike, so it's exhaust specific. There's also other exhausts as well. So I find it's a more linear response throughout all the gears, and it's quite nice. And combined with the more, I would say, throaty response of the exhaust, it's a nice little addition to the bike. Now, if you want to get more horsepower, you can go in here and change the filter. So there's different air filters you can put, and he has a tune for that specifically as well, if you want to gain a little more. I didn't bother with that because it changes the whole air box, and it's a few $100, I think, although there's deals if you get the tune and everything all in one. But second is definitely, second, third, you definitely feel it. First, second, third, a definite change in throttle response. It's quite nice. Especially when you go around the twisties like this, that little increase in throttle response it's nice. Otherwise, of course, the tune doesn't change anything else with the bike, but that response and that little extra, I would say, mid-range power in the low gears, it's pretty good. So all in all, I would say, if you're looking for some modifications in the bike, now you don't have to get the exhaust. You could just go with the tune and get something from that. You'll get a couple horsepower, maybe 3, whatever, increase, but it'll change the way the bike responds a bit. So that's just a tune. They might be $300 or so, I don't recall. But if you want to change the character of the bike a bit, the Leo Vince is one option, Akrapovic, and there's many others out there. It all depends what you want. I wanted an exhaust that doesn't go all the way up under the saddlebags, the cases. If you do something, I wanted something that resembles stock a bit more, where the exit is right under the bike. So that's why I went for the Leo Vince. But otherwise, you'll probably get all the same horsepower increase, and it'll give you a little more throaty response. Now, just take into account that when you're cruising along in the higher gears, you'll hear just a little bit more of that drone. Very, very, very linear response. Very nice with the tune, and you could hear the exhaust as well. So that's basically my little review of the Leo Vince, along with the tune by vcyclenut. I think it's a nice little addition. It gives you the tune just gives you better response, and the exhaust itself just gives you a little more noise that makes it sound more like a motorcycle, with very little drone. There's a bit on cruising speed depending how fast you go, but apart from that, very nice addition to the bike. Hope it helped. Thanks.